Hello, collaborating tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI Brave New World with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, we finished Locke's scenario, the third of the three split paths after the group got all, well, split up. So, now they're all back together in Narshe, and apparently there's a great battle that's about to take place. So Terra, Edgar, and Bannon got back first, and have been trying to convince the people of Narshe to join the war against the Empire. As if there's really any choice, the Empire's already attacked them once. But the way I read into it, for whatever reason, the Narshians are trying really hard to be neutral, even though I don't think that's a viable option. I mean, knowing a thing or two about Kefka, right? I mean, they could try to move the Esper out of the city and just give it to the Empire. I don't know. I don't think that would be a very proper long-term solution, though. I think the Empire was still just... I mean, they basically have taken over every city in the world now, or very nearly, so, like, come on. And then you got this Bannon guy who's quoting like 1,000-year-old history and prophecy and stuff. Yeah, so they say. Maybe you just shouldn't fight against Magitek armor, I don't know. What do you really think Emperor Gestalt will do when there's no one left to fight? I know, I'm not talking like a JRPG hero. Oh hey, look! Sabin and his friends returned secondarily. The reason I played the scenarios in the order I did was because that's the order they returned to the to Narshe. Sorry, that's the secret. Anyway, everyone say hello to Cyan. Last surviving member of Doma. Last night of Doma, I guess. And Gao, well, nothing needs to be said about Gao. So yeah, this is proof to Narshe that there's maybe they shouldn't fight, actually. I don't know. See, there you go. It was only because Doma collaborated. Oh, you're putting a lot of faith into Kefka not massacring you. Because you're neutral. I mean, wasn't Figaro neutral or even an ally, technically? And they just burned them to the ground anyway? Oh, surprise! They're just gonna attack anyway. Oh. Sir Gao! Step aside, just throws him in the wall. Oh, snap. Has Celeste actually torched other cities as well? I don't think she ever said she was joining the Returners. She was just trying to escape from prison, basically. Yeah, Locke has a thing about protecting girls. Yeah, you know. Cyan doesn't know yet. Poor Cyan. Terra, though, has no fault. She was under mind control. Celeste, though, well, it's not quite so clear. Sabin will punch things better, don't worry. Oh no, the Empire's coming! The Empire's coming! Well, looks like anyone who said the Empire does not respect your neutrality clause was right. Plus 1 BlueAnkylo point for everyone who figured that Kefka and the Empire would just attack anyway. Because if you didn't see this coming, well, you're that. Mercy is for the weak! So it's come to blows whether Narshe likes it or not. Sure hope they Built some bioblasters up between episodes there. Let's make ready for war. See, look, they can move the Esper if they want. Now, the sad thing is, when we say Narshe is going to war, they really just mean us. That's basically line for line a quote from the original translation too. Word for word would be the saying, probably. Yours is cold and mine is hot. Yeah, Terra kind of gets caught up on that. And I think Cyan is justified in being a little bit suspicious, you know? So what we have here is an ability, a chance to equip people in your party. So, you know, Terra's got a boomerang, which is fine. I have a feeling, though, everyone else's equipment's been unequipped. So I probably should have had 2 silk robes if I really wanted to go all out here. Let me just check what Celeste has here. So you can only do 1 at a time, unfortunately, yeah. So everyone got unequipped, such is life. I don't really have as many spare sets of equipment as I would have liked. I think I should probably do the relics now, too, while I'm thinking about it. So, what's coming up is a battle. Remember that one with the Mughals near the beginning of the game where you could control 3 groups? It's essentially the same thing, except no Mughals, and you only get 7 people, which is definitely awkward, because you can't have 3 groups of 4 with 7 people. Let's do Gauss. He doesn't equip very much. Oh, he came pre-equipped. Lucky him. Alright. You can keep those on there, buddy, I guess. So does that mean Cyan's crew is all, or Sabin and Cyan are all pre-equipped? Oh, that's good. So I've got the, I might want to switch the running shoes to Edgar. But it's fine. So I did buy, like, a better spear for him back in Nike. Give him better armor, but then it lowers his speed even lower. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's really worth it. Oh, and I did want to give him that Dragoon Soul. Seal. Whatever. Same difference. And then, just looking for something that gives him a bit of speed. See, the problem if I go Dragoon plus Knight is that while he's jumping in the air, he can't really use the Knight Cape to guard people. I'll just give him this. That'll be fine. So Edgar's ready to go. Let's maybe give Cyan the Knight Seal. The Knight's Cape, that is to say. And he mostly just needs Vigor right now. So the Jewel Ring is fine for him. No better weapons for him. I think the speed is still better than the armor. Let's see, Locke probably needs equipment. Because he just got unequipped immediately. I have a feeling that +2 speed trumps most of the other gear. So for him, see, the black belt would probably be best on either Locke, Edgar, or Sabin. Well, Edgar gets free counters with his spear, so maybe Sabin, Cyan, or Locke? Something like that. I'll go with Locke, but it doesn't really matter too much. For him, regeneration again could be nice. Kind of running out of vigor boosting relics here. So I already got Sabin's done, so all we're missing is making sure Celeste and Terra are fully topped up. Also, I should be healing people up that have taken any damage, too. Sorry if this is taking a long time. I'm trying to go quick. Magic cube and something else for magic, probably. So, unfortunately, I can't really recover that MP other than using Runic. Normally, you could use a sleeping bag or a tent on these anytime you wanted. Oh! I think maybe special for this battle, it might have just reset and healed everybody. Let me see. This is not something that usually would happen. No, it didn't work. Never mind. I was thinking maybe you could. Yeah, I know in the vanilla Final Fantasy VI, you could have taken Celeste there, used an item, like a cheap item to restore her MP, and it would have been fine. Oh well, no big deal. And finally, we should gotta make sure Terra has her equipment set. I guess we'll leave her in the back row if I keep a boomerang equipped. She's mostly going on the defense here anyway. I forget what the white cape even does. Oh, Imp Mute Sleep, sure. I did have one relic that protects against sleep, technically. And then, nobody even has the regen ring on? I gotta give that to somebody. Who should regenerate? So Cyan can technically steal HP. Terra and Celeste can cast Cure. So probably like Edgar or Sabin, maybe Gao. Actually, I'm going to give it to Sabin because he has probably the most HP. Auto Sprint? Sure. This will keep him definitely one of the strongest characters in here. Alright, enough messing around. Save the game. Let's get started here. So, one thing I've heard is that in the next version of Brave New World, you don't need any extra information, I can explain it. They actually are changing this fight from needing 3 groups to only needing 2 groups, I believe. Because we've only got 7 characters, that's a group of 4 and a group of 3. But the game will force you to have somebody in the third group. So the best you can do is like group of 3, group of 2, group of 2 if you're trying to balance it out. Technically, in my opinion, the easiest way is to put your 4 strongest characters in one group, and then 2 and 1, and just let the group of 4 do all the work. But we're going to try to do this battle properly the first time to see if I can do it. So, generally speaking, the way you want to split this up is you need someone who has a good target everyone attack in each group. So, because Edgar has tools, he's got a really good area of effect group kill attack. Sabin has his Fire Dance, which hits the whole enemy group. And then we need a third one. Now, Gao can be that guy as long as it's the right element, but it's tricky. His is not as reliable as the other two. And that only works if you did the right leaping and learned the right rages. The second most important one per group is well, I was going to say healing. So, Terra can cast Cure, Celeste can cast Cure. You want to keep those two in separate groups. They also have, like, offensive magic that can hit everything, so that's cool. And then last, it's just Locke and Cyan to fill it out. I'm going to put Cyan with Gao for a reason, because I want Locke to be able to steal, and I'm probably not going to use the Gao group very often. So Cyan's here to kind of keep Gao alive, and then Locke can go to whichever my strongest group is, which is probably Edgar's, to be honest. And I'm going to use this one to fight the boss of the group. But keep in mind, it would be a lot easier to fight the boss in a group of 4. So if I put Sabin over here, this would be the best group, and we just let that one just fight everything. But that's what we're going to do like this, to be fair. Let's get started here. So just like the Moogle battle, 3 groups. This time, probably 3 times as many enemies. And, of course, Kefka. But there's a couple items that you should be able to steal at the end of this fight. I'm not sure how Brave New World deals with them, but I'd like Locke to at least have a chance to steal them from the big fights at the end. So, you do need to also protect Bannon, in case you're wondering. So, you should probably try to position people to block the routes in. And that's the 3 routes you have to protect, basically. You can move people down. You can actually probably cut it down to like 2 if you can get far enough down. I'm a little bit worried about this group because they're not very strong with just Gao. I also probably should put Gao in the back row, technically. Do you remember what a good... I think if we want area of effect, Leafer does the Wind Slash. That did pretty good damage. So yeah, Gao, maybe he'll turn out alright for this group, this fight. I generally just don't rely on him as much as, you know, Edgar's Bioblaster or something, right? Now, you can switch to him and do healing in the menu in between fights. I just, you know, didn't have enough time. So that's the attack that lowers enemies' HP by half. It doesn't actually kill anything. Like, it'll only do 50% HP, basically. Although I think it applies sap, right? Like, it's pretty cool. I feel like Gao should get, like, double healing from dried meat. Because that's his thing. Also, Cyan is really tearing it up here. That's pretty good. So yeah, unfortunately with the Leafer, there is a chance that you would just keep getting that same dumb attack that just does 50% damage rather than the good Wind Slash. So we need other better rages to use reliably. But I expect things will be a lot easier with this group. So we've got Locke to try stealing. We can technically finally do jumping. I haven't even shown you that before. Yeah, we've got all that dried meat. And then we've got the ability to cure the group or cast even more. Like, this is a much more balanced group. Like, look how much damage that did. Whew. And there's no risk of getting a bad random number luck roll on what attack you get. Meanwhile, this group's a little bit weak, but as long as I can do the blitz properly, and I have seen no reason I shouldn't be able to. Yeah, there we go. As long as I can pull off Fire Dance, I believe Sabin will just wipe the floor with these groups. I suppose, realistically, Edgar's probably the best if you want to send him alone, just because he's so reliably good at killing groups with Bioblaster. And I could flub the Blitz technique. But a hasted regenerating Sabin seems like a pretty good combo, actually. That's not too nice. Alright, that's gonna stack up pretty quick. Oh, see, I messed it up. I was just saying that would suck if I flubbed it. Probably would have been wise to put Celeste in the back row as well. Actually, even Sabin, if all I'm doing is Fire Dance, the back row would be just fine. There we go. So the trick with Fire Dance is it's a left to right roll on the gamepad. You start on the left arrow, on the left direction on the D-pad, and then you press, you roll your thumb down and then to the right. And it's easy to mess up. I'd like to get a couple heals off here quick. Preserve some MP where possible. That's fine. Alright, we'll just hold our position and keep fighting. You can also rush down with one group and fight the boss to stop the battle as well. There we go. Might not be enough to kill the puppy, but I know the troopers just don't have enough HP here. That counterattack is actually pretty strong. And then our most powerful party one more time. Dried meat. Yeah, I'll be demonstrating jump to much larger extent before much longer. Like, jump is a really good ability. The only downside is that Edgar's tools are also really, really strong. That was dumb. He was supposed to steal from someone that had an item, and then he got a counterattack kill, and then it switched him over. Yeah, the troopers have too many counters. I don't like that. I need to get back to Edgar quick. Luckily, we've got a pretty good supply of Phoenix Downs. Especially if you're playing the original Final Fantasy VI rather than the Brave New World. It's really not too difficult to just rush through these fights. Let's try Jump Out just for fun. Oh good, just counter kill everything, sure. I believe Locke's secondary weapon there does double damage to humanoids. Anytime now, Edgar. There he is. That actually did not do very much damage. I'll just tell you, eventually you'll find the jump command can do some of the best damage in the game from what I've seen in Brave New World. I'm not even at the end of the game yet, and I can pretty confidently tell you that it's got some of the highest deep damage output you'll see. So maybe we should try just physically killing some of these troopers just so that we get less counterattacks. I'm not sure what Fido is weak against, or like I don't know if he counters skills or physical or anything. He doesn't counter suplex from the look of it. Tonics are nice. Oops. So, I'm not sure. Maybe the troopers can just counter anything. I remember even in the original game, they did seem to get an awful lot of counterattacks. And in Brave New World, they probably just get counters for everything. We're gonna just try suplexing stuff for a bit. I guess if I had Runicked at the right time, I could have prevented that haste as well, but... Come on, Celeste. That regen is doing a lot on Sabin. I believe regeneration is based on your stamina, so a high stamina character will get a much better regen effect. And it's also a percent of your total HP, of course. We'll save her MP, I guess. That one hurts. Now, I'm not sure, it probably doesn't, but it's possible that the regen HP ticks also happen faster if you are hasted. I'm not sure. Got a bit of a bottleneck over here. Bye-bye, puppy. Bioblaster is just too good. I mean, it's not too good. It's great. And I love it. And it's never... Don't nerf it. Please don't nerf it. It's amazing. I love it. Alright. Come on. Left to right roll. No, I failed. Honestly, if I'm not recording, I miss it way less often. Either that or my gamepad's getting rusty. Like, sometimes if your controller is getting a bit old, it's harder to get these combos in. It's a good thing I'm not playing, like, Super Street Fighter or anything. Now, technically, if you're also playing this on an emulator, you can set up pre-designed key triggers. Like, so you press... You can assign a sequence of character inputs... Oh, that's nice. To a single key, basically. This is not good, actually. I didn't get a chance to go to his menu. Okay, well, I have a solution, at least. This is only gonna work twice, but, Celeste can handle it for a little... She's dead. Oh, so much for the left group. This is the weakness of having, groups with just 2 people in it. There's no way. The good news is when that happens, they just get reset to the beginning. Unfortunately, the group that we killed is probably back, so they actually probably didn't die like they should have. Counters on death are kind of cheating. But yeah, this fight is a lot easier, or this big battle is definitely easier if you just focus on one team. Because then you can always pause in between battles to heal up. In this situation, we just had a chain of battles, and I haven't had a chance to do anything in such a long time now. And then counter kills on Sabin. I mean, like, what was I supposed to do? So, should we try something different this time? What else was a good area of effect? I think the sand rays have a one we haven't seen yet, anyway. And he just did a physical, of course, the 1/3 chance. Good old Gao and his random attacks. Perfect, that's why I used Empowerer there. Looks like it actually drains their MP as well, so you can probably stop them from casting magic with some of Cyan's specials, but that is just cheating. Cyan gets a counterattack, hits them, and then they get a counter to this counter. It's just not. I don't like that. I don't think that should be allowed. Alright, hold on. So you guys are probably done your fight. We're gonna use Edgar to hold this left side for a second. Maybe should have healed up first. As soon as we can get a heal in, we'll be fine. Or as soon as Edgar kills everything, you know. Sorry, puppy, but you have to die too. Alright. Quick. Use some more meat. I hope you brought lots of meat to this fight. So I could switch to Sabin, and I think probably everyone in that group is at 1 HP. And we could use them if we wanted. Seeing as we had a good opportunity here, I want to see how much more damage Jump can do than a Spear attack. So his Spear counter did 180 to the puppy. The Jump should have done nearly double that. Yeah, like, it is like double damage for not twice as much time. Jump is definitely more damage per second this game. Some games it's not, but this time it is. Although I believe if you're equip a sword, you do not get the same damage boost as you get from a spear for jump. You can jump with a sword, you just don't get the same bonus damage. Although, if you happen to have a sword that has, stupid counters, if you have a sword that has, like, a magic attack on hit, like, there's swords that can cast, like, Fire 2 when you attack with them. If you jump with a sword that can do that, you do get, I believe it's extra % chance to have the spell cast. If you use the jump command. So are we done? Oh, still 1 left, 2 left, 3 left. Let's just let Edgar clean it up. This group is definitely my strongest. And I'm basically regretting not just giving these guys Sabin anyway, so. It's just too difficult when every enemy counters attacks for 130 damage to have a 2-man team just keep it up. Like, it's... I wonder how strong Barrier is. I don't know exactly what that does. It could just cast basically Shell and Safe at the same time, but it also could be something stronger than those. I don't really know. He's not really particularly weak to either of that. Can we steal from this guy? No. Oh, not very many HP. Actually, there's quite a lot of enemies left down there. Let me just check. If they can get back down there before enemies swarm Edgar, we'll try. Alright, there you go, Sabin. Back from the dead. Good luck. So the Ice 2 spell was pretty good, hey? Did you like that? Too bad it caused Celeste to die on counters. So I guess there's really no way to deal with these troopers safely, like... It seems like they have a high % counter chance, or at least like 25-50% chance to counter anything you do. Right, I should have put these two in the back row, that's the one thing. I definitely feel like Sabin's hit rate is much worse in this mod as well. Yeah, like that... Unless it's just a weapon that's bugged out, like... It seems like his first claw misses more often than it hits. What has he got? Are you not allowed to have two of the same claw? That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, what I could have done, and this would have made it a lot... This would have actually been pretty smart. I didn't even think of it till... Well, I thought of it, but I was too lazy, let's say. All those counterattacks. Seeing as it doesn't seem there's any way to stop the counters, if we just go into the back row, they'll do... I'm not sure if it's half damage, but they'll do less damage. And... I think it depends on the attack with Blitz, but some of them will do full damage from the back row. Wow, I missed up a suplex. That's pathetic. I know magic will do full damage from the back row, obviously. I think Pummel might do half damage, I'm not sure. That looks like it did less damage than normal. So, the reason I wouldn't normally do this is back row just... It slows the fight down, so I don't like, especially when I'm recording. You know, we've already been doing this for 30 minutes. I don't want it to go even slower than this. Probably not gonna need Gao. I'm just really not a huge Gao fan. I'm sorry, everyone. I guess, you know, it's also possible, because because Brave New World supposedly fixed the evade bug, where physical evade wasn't actually applying correctly, it's possible that enemies now have the correct evade %, and that is making it so your normal physical attacks are just less likely to hit. Which is something... Because I'm used to most of my characters never missing in Final Fantasy VI, like, very rare. Only, like, a specific type of enemy has any dodge % normally. And maybe that's it. Maybe it used to just be... Because magic evade was essentially the only physical evade. There wasn't very many... Maybe there's not very many enemies that get magic evade, so normally your weapons just hit. So that actually makes some sense. Oh, and similarly, there's basically no reason to have Edgar in the... Well, the only reason to have him in the front row is for his counter damage to do max when he gets a counter attack. But all of his tools so far, and his jump attack, will do full damage from the back row as well. Alright, so I think we're done killing all the weaklings. So we got 2 bosses to fight. Hell Rider. Now, if this guy has something awesome to steal, there's a little trick we can do. Holy Water's nothing. Maybe he's got, like, a rare item that's good. The thing is, if you lose this fight, you go back to the top with 1 HP. And the boss is still here. So you actually can re-fight this over and over again and steal multiple times, if there's anything you really want. Now, most enemies have 2 possible items. I don't know what his secondary item was, but... That's not good. I guess I should have gone with poison protection on this one. I should at least try to get poison on the boss if it works. Yeah, definitely should have had... I didn't know this guy was going to use so much... Oh, well, of course, that makes sense. He's a poison enemy. I didn't know he would be like a purely poisonous boss like this. Oops. Ah, dang it, now we're dead. I meant to cast Cure. Well, maybe we're going to get to try casting different... maybe we're going to try stealing different stuff from him anyway. Maybe we can recover, I don't know. It's going to be tough. Without good healing items, this is really difficult to do. Ah, that's it. Too many group targeting over 100 damage attacks. That's crazy. Yeah, Brave New World, like I said, I'm sure I've said this like probably 20 times by now. You're probably all sick of it. It definitely ramps up some of the battles more than it needs to in difficulty. So maybe in Brave New World, instead of having 3 different groups, maybe you really should just make one strong group. Because... like, this is kind of nuts. So, let's see, was the jewel ring? Yeah, blind. So we need just to switch that over. Okay, hold on just a sec. Someone else has another one of those, I'm sure. We could also take these. Like, we could take all the best relics and move them over. Ah, there we go, jewel ring. Alright, so at least this time, no one will be poisoned. I'm really tempted to... If we die again, I will try better relics. If I can't beat friggin' easy boss here. Alright. Black? Wait, what is that? I don't even know what that is. Where is it in here? It's a relic. Do we want to try to get multiple black hearts? Because this would be the way to get it. I have no idea what it does. Like, I don't know if that's good or anything. I don't think you can run, can you? No. So you basically just have to let him kill us. So, cover your ears for just a second, everyone. I have to see what this does. So this is kind of an exploit, but it's an old exploit. Alright, so what is this? I've never heard of this accessory before. Well, that's something. So a lot of extra HP. It makes you immune to poison and... only? Like, can't be healed, maybe? I'm not sure. But then you take extra damage from water, earth, wind, lightning, ice, and fire. I think I'm gonna try it. It's probably gonna get somebody killed. That's weird. Well, you can cure in menu. I need to find out if you can still cure, if you can be healed in combat, or if you're treated like a zombie so that healing damage, or healing magic, well, it says no effect for holy. I think that's probably like holy element attack, not cure. We'll find out here in a second. So the question is, do I want multiples of those? Also, he's immune to poison now. That's kind of cool. Well, we didn't get it that time. So, like, I could get 4 of those if I wanted. It would take some time. Ah, so you can't be healed. You can't be poisoned. Oh, I don't really want that many then. That's not that good. If you can't be healed, that pushes him to the back row. That's fine. Let's find out if like a healing item would work instead of magic. I believe it will be the same though. Oh no, so you could use healing items. Well, I think I'll be satisfied with 1 still. That's okay. Because that's definitely an item that you could miss. You know, if you fight this guy and all you get is the holy water when you fight him and you didn't know that you could die and try again, you just never... I mean, maybe you can get a black heart later on in the game, but your chance early on would be missed. Interesting. I think... Oh, I don't know when Terra learned this, but she did learn Fire 2 at some point. Probably around the same time that Celeste learned Ice 2. There you go. Not too bad, hey? So, his guards are now defeated. I would actually like, in general though, I would like Locke to be healable. Doesn't make much difference. But yeah, that's interesting. That's a neat little relic that's definitely new. That was not something in the original game. I mean, we're going to use a tincture here. So, just like that fight, if Kefka has an interesting drop, we could also try to get it from him multiple times. But I don't know, I don't even know, right? Like, no good statuses or anything yet. Imp and Muddle will just never work on bosses, so... I guess dish out some DPS. Couldn't steal. Not very good damage. Must have good magic defense. Alright, well... Are we just gonna be dead here before I can do anything? Wow, Locke is having no luck at all. See, when I did my my playthrough the first time, I had a group of 4 people. I mean, just kill me. There's no way I'm getting back. Unless you're about to die. The first time I went through this Kefka, when I fought Kefka, I had 4 people and Sabin was included. Probably no Locke. I think my strongest party was like Edgar, Sabin, maybe Celeste, and Cyan. And I remember just crushing them easily, but... I don't know if we can do it with this group. That's great. Unfortunately, the amount of healing you actually get from our healing items is just not really enough to withstand the kind of damage he can dish out. Like, healing 100 HP is not... Like, that's not even enough for 1 hit. Okay, it's exactly enough for 1 hit, but he gets 2. Hey, Desperation Attack! Wow, that's... I was going to talk about those way later in the game. So this game... This is actually something that not a lot of people knew about. That's a hidden feature. So, contrary to popular belief, Final Fantasy VII was not the first game to have limit breaks. What you just saw was essentially Final Fantasy VI's limit break. Everyone's got a unique one as well. We really need control of Edgar here, but I guess we can worry about healing first, because he'll just do a little bit of damage. Oops, I meant to multi-target that. I'm going too fast. That will be a very powerful jump, though, so I guess that's fine. I'm surprised that Kefka let me get everyone back alive. I thought we were dead for sure. I still need to steal something from him. Dang it. Maybe the developers said it so you can't. And maybe we get like a counter-attack. Maybe that's the problem, is if you try to steal from him, he just counter-attacks you every time and you don't get anything. Or he has something amazing to steal. If you know if Kefka has something awesome to steal, you just let me know. Because I, clearly not going to get a chance today. Well, at least we won. Alright, well, that was quite the long section there. We're going to cut the episode here after that big battle. And we're going to let Terra have a little fun with this Esper next time. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. Sorry for some rambling on there during that big fight. It was a good fight. I was a little bit disappointed with not stealing anything from Kefka, and you know, some of those fights are a little bit harder than I would like, but it was okay. It wasn't over the top. It was just enough to be a little bit frustrating for a Let's Play, basically. That's all. Anyway, I'll see you guys next episode for Terra versus Esper, round 2. See you there.